Welcome to A Date with Design. I'm Ariel Ralph.
And I'm Jill Chilton. We're two interior designers and longtime friends who are obsessed with all things design, hospitality and creative living.
A Date with Design is your go-to check-in for interiors, inspiration and the unfiltered reality of life as designers.
Whether you're a designer, a foodie, or just love a good vibe, pull up a chair and settle in.
Here we are, it's our first date, first episode.
First date feels.
Woo!
Have you got butterflies?
A little bit.
Cold sweats?
Yes, I do, all of the above. But I'm really excited. We've been working on this for quite a while. And here we are at Hunting Ground Studios. We'll be going live every week with a new episode.
Yep.
And today our first episode is all about hospitality. And we'll be talking about our very first out and about date at Central in Brisbane.
Nice local flavour for our first episode.
But of course, like every first date, we need an icebreaker. So we thought we'd kick it off with a cocktail.
Yeah. What's a date without a nice cocktail, hey?
And Jill,
it's my turn.
You've
first
got the
up.
honours.
Yeah. So every week we'll bring a different cocktail. It just adds a bit of a fun vibe to the episode.
Does.
Yeah. So I'm calling this one the first sip spritz.
Ooh.
You know, it's nice and light, not too heavy. You know, especially with the first date, you know, in case it doesn't work out for us.
It will work out. So we should tell everyone the recipe of the first sip spritz.
Pretty much what you need is you need your favourite gin, some elderflower liqueur, your favourite Prosecco of choice, and obviously, you know, sprig of mint, lemon wedge, and
some soda water.
Soda water.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're using Brookie's gin, which is actually based in Byron Bay, distilled in Byron Bay. And that's our sort of fave little tipple. But yeah, while I'm doing this, should we start off with a bit of small talk, hey? Let's get to know each other on this date.
Because we don't already know each other well. Actually, yeah, as you know, Jill mentioned before, we're longtime friends, and it's something that's really great, I think, when you can find a friend that you can connect with. I guess our interests, we've always connected with interior design, but then we've loved going out and doing sort of, you know, fun dinner dates or rooftop drinks.
Sure. Yeah.
And I think the way that we actually came about the idea to start a podcast and call it A Date with Design was that we were finding we'd be out and about, really admiring the interiors of these different spaces and I guess paying attention to detail. And I think just through our conversations, we thought this is an idea that could, you know, be something really interesting to a lot of other people that are into design.
Yep.
Everything from the interiors to the furniture, the lighting design, even the, you know, the hospitality side of things when it comes to food and drink. And that's where it really evolved.
Yeah, we pretty much used our dinner dates as they almost doubled as a bit of sort of inspiration trips for us, wasn't it?
Yeah. Sort of design research, but not too serious. And I think that's what we wanted with this, isn't it?
Yeah. So tell me a bit what got you into interior design? What was the big driver? Did you know when you were a little kid or like how did it happen?
Well, not really actually. I was pursuing music up until I was 24 or 23. I was writing original songs, and I think that's what's really great about recording out of Hunting Ground Studios. We still have that musical influence
that
and
connection.
inspiration and connection.
Yeah.
I think I sort of got to a point where I realised it wasn't the occupation for me, and I was feeling a bit lost. But then I found my love for interior design came from that because it was the same feeling creating interiors that I got out of writing music.
Yeah.
So a friend sort of helped me navigate that, and then I went to uni, and then from there, you know, I ended up swapping.
So you studied interior design?
Yes, I studied interior design at QUT.
Yeah.
And I started off as doing a bachelor, but then I actually ended up swapping over and doing architecture.
Whoop, you ready? First episode, here we go.
Yeah, so I think, I thought, well, while I was at uni, I always wanted to, I was always fascinated with architecture as well, and I just felt like while I was there, I loved interiors, but I did swap over and become registered as an architect now. So I've been a registered architect for 8 years.
Yeah.
So, it was a long journey, but the funny thing is even though I'm now a registered architect, I really probably consider myself more of an interior architect
Yeah.
Because I've just always been drawn to interior design.
Come to the dark side.
And what about you?
So it's funny. So I actually went to uni straight out of high school. And do you remember, I don't know, when you were in high school, do you remember you used to get those like big, thick, it's almost like a white pages book, and it had like a description of every single career under the sun. And it's just literally like you're given this in high school and it's like, here, choose your future, and all it has is, where you can study, whether you need to do a diploma or university degree or trade or something.
Yeah.
So I literally like went through that, and that was probably one of the I was drawn to instantly. And another thing is I probably chose my interior design career based on the movie Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh, really?
So,
I didn't know that.
Robin Williams, Sally Field, and Sally Field played the mum in the movie, and she was an interior designer. And, in the plot of the movie, she was like, decorating this beautiful like heritage listed hotel for Pierce Brosnan. And there was just like a tiny snippet in that movie. And I was just like, wow, that looks like a really fun job. She had all her fabrics out and she's talking about, the architectural details. And I was just like, wow, that could be cool. So I did take a big punt, like not really knowing too much about interior design from high school. Like it was either that or environmental science, pretty much, which are two very different, pathways. So, went straight from high school, graduated, went into sort of high-end residential on the Gold Coast for a couple of years, then moved to London, worked over there at Sybil Colfax and Fowler on some really exciting residential projects. Came back home eventually after sort of travelling around Europe. Here you go. Have
This
a cocktail.
looks delightful. Thank you.
And then, back into sort of some residential projects, and eventually the GFC hit. And, took a job up in Brisbane at Woods Bagot, and that was like our moment together where we first met.
I know. Let's have a toast to that.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you.
And, worked on some really large projects there, including, hospital project development, high-rise developments as well, multi-res. But more recently, well, not more recently, I guess I've been at Space Cubed now for probably over 13 years, back down on the Gold Coast, and, really honed in on hospitality design.
Yeah.
So I guess like from Mrs. Doubtfire, it's sort of come full circle. Like I've made my way to, hospitality design, bars, restaurants, hotels. Like that's what I'm really passionate about. Yeah.
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 I remember meeting you in the kitchen for the first time at Woods Bagot. So
by the water cooler?
Yeah, I think it's going back 14 years.
The coffee machine more likely?
Yeah, 14 years ago. And that was actually my first job. While I was at high school, I got an internship there, which I do recommend anyone listening that's going to university. Don't wait till your final year.
Yes.
Start applying in your third, fourth year at the latest, and get your foot in the door, because you'll really find those opportunities will open up when you're more of a student and you're taking on, more student roles. But I really learnt so much.
Well, most of the learning I found, like it happens on the job. I think, definitely like degrees, like that's so important because that trains your brain in regards to like design thinking. But really like you're starting from scratch as soon as you start in the actual workplace.
Yeah, and I mean we were working on jobs that probably weren't as exciting, like a hospital. When I was working on army barracks, things that were a little dry creatively.
Yeah.
But I actually sort of worked under a couple of really great architects. One in particular, he was a German architect who was very precise with how he liked things documented, from the way grid lines were done, elevation markers.
That's surprising from a German. Precise.
Yeah, exactly. And, the dimensions. So I think it set the foundation. So I think, when you're looking at things, when you want to do interior design and you're starting out, there is obviously the exciting creative side of it all, but you really do need to have that layer underneath of just the technical knowledge, the diligence in presentation and lining things up and keeping it all looking really easy and presentable.
Yeah.
And then, as you get to design, you'll sort of do it without even thinking then. And so I think that was really good. Yeah. But, I guess that was sort of what led us to meeting each other and then,
became fast friends. Yeah.
And I love that, we had boyfriends at the same time, got married or engaged at the same time, married around the same time. And then we both have 2 little ones.
Children. Yeah. Similar ages too. So it just timed out well, didn't it?
It has.
Yeah.
And so now we're sort of at that point, I guess, in our career where we think we've got the energy to put into a podcast.
Yeah. So I guess just as a little intro about our design dates, we both love hosting, dinner parties. We're both Taurists, star signs. So we love our food and our finer things in life.
Yes, we like our earthy sort of greenery and things like that too.
Yep. So really it was just, a natural progression that we just love going out to, see inspiring spaces when we do like to catch up for dinner, and I think like I'm personally drawn to hospitality design because there are so many elements to it. It's not just about, making a pretty space. It's all about, telling the actual story of the food or the client's story that they want to share. It's about how people feel in the space. There's so many different ways that the interiors can make people feel. And there's so many different types of hospitality spaces. Like no 2 projects are the same. So there's so much variety, from a grunge rock bar to, a fine dining restaurant. Like that's, all the different sort of creative decisions that you can make are so different. And, functionality, of course, is like the backbone of any good venue design as well. So
that's right.
And when you come into,
well, there's an initial experience. And I think, when we go into a restaurant or bar, I think a lot of people who love design, it doesn't matter if you haven't gone to university, it's just about keeping your eyes open and your all of the sensations, and really appreciating the visual, but even the sound, like what music's playing, what's the ambience, the lighting design, the furniture, the smells
branding,
from the kitchen. It is a really exciting aspect to design, I think. Residential sort of more of my background, but I have also worked on a number of hospitality projects. We've worked together quite a bit as well, just on our journey. And, I think it's good to sort of not box yourself in and go necessarily I only do this unless you want to do that. But I'm sort of more of, I guess I'm happy to try out different sort of, hospitality projects, residential and commercial.
Yeah.
And often they will overlap.
Oh, for sure.
It's not really sort of anything anymore that's
especially like when it comes to hotel design as well. Basically you are designing a place that should be a home away from home. So there's a lot of that, residential knowledge that crosses over there as well. Yeah. All right, so should we kickstart our sort of discussion about Central in Brisbane?
Yeah, we should definitely. Yeah. So we chose Central because it is the new hot thing in Brisbane, I'd say. And
we wanted to sort of celebrate Queensland design as well.
That's right.
Yeah. As Queensland girls ourselves.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. So Central Restaurant is located at 340 Queen Street, right in the middle of Brisbane CBD. It was designed by JAR Office. They're a local Brisbane architecture studio. And we wanted to start with this venue because, they have not only is it just such a cool, amazing space, but they've actually recently taken out some awards for the design. So they took out just recently at the Australian Interior Design Awards the Hospitality Design Award and also the Australian Premier Interior Design Award. So that's the whole award.
For 2025.
Yeah, for 2025. So
that's
that was
a fantastic achievement, isn't it?
Yeah, a great win for Brizzy. So, we thought we'd go ourselves and check it out.
Yeah. So what we'll do now, I guess, is should we play the video?
Yeah, let's chuck on the headphones. So we actually visited it there recently where we, not only partook in all the beautiful food, but we recorded some audio of our first observations.
Okay.
Okay, let's have a listen. Central.
You can absolutely tell that every detail's been thought about from the window display. I love the little piece of history there as well.
Yeah. Tells the history of the space.
Yeah.
Starting to sort of tell the story right from the front entry.
Hi, I'm Ariel.
And I'm Jill.
And we're A Date with Design out in Brisbane tonight at Central, the beautiful new restaurant that's just won the Hospitality Award for Australia and Interior Design Awards, along with the Premier Award.
The Premier Interior Award as well. So that's a massive win for Queensland. So we wanted to sort of take you guys behind the design, looking at all the beautiful details, a little bit more about the story through the food and down to the finer details like the uniforms and the playlist. So here we go. We just arrived and already like this entry point is blowing us away with just all the cool little details and the extra care that's been put into the design.
And just the difference between the soft layering of the curtains works so well.
Yeah, I think like these are taking curtains to the next level. You know, the ruching details, the tassels, like there's been so much thought put into every little nip and tuck, hasn't it?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
And I love how they've just got that little accent red in some of the threads as well.
Yeah.
So it's in the logo. And
yeah, down to like every cord detail has been thought out. I guess these little pebbles are referencing the little river pebbles almost, isn't it?
It is. And I like the dark grey mirror as well when you walk in. You sort of get that little bit of a
smoke
on display.
I look at that, look even like a really old PowerPoint. It's sort of been obviously decommissioned, but it's just been, left in its pulled out state. I wonder if this is the historic river rock that they're talking about.
Yeah.
So what did you say? This is over 150 years old.
Yeah, apparently it's over 150 years old.
Wow.
Which is really nice to expose that. And
that's a great piece of history, because Brisbane, we're considered a new city, aren't we, in Australia? Compared to Sydney and Melbourne where there's history everywhere. So every bit of, architectural history that we can preserve in Brisbane, I think, is important, and it's nice to sort of celebrate it.
It is.
Yeah.
And even just, I love the texture as well, like the way the light just hits all the jaggedy rock.
Down the stairs, descending.
Ready to peer
all
behind
right.
the curtain.
Yes.
Hello.
Peeking behind.
Thank you. So we've just sat down and we're at, I think it's actually one of the nicest spots in the restaurant actually.
Yeah.
We have that bird's eye view.
It is.
We're sitting right in front of the disco ball where it's going to drop 10 o'clock tonight.
Yep. Yeah. And you get to overlook all the action in the kitchen. But then you also get like a really good sort of 360 view of all the diners in the other spaces. Looks like there's a raised dining area over there on the right hand side. A beautiful aquarium. I think they got like a specialist tropical fish aquarium contractor in to put that in.
Yeah.
Special.
What hits you first about the venue? We've just sat down and seen. What do you think the most impactful?
I think it's a feeling. Like it feels, it's like a buzzing atmosphere, but at the same time, it's very chill. And at first, like from the photos, I thought that the overhead grid ceiling would give off quite a stark light in the space. But now that I'm here, they've got it set to a really nice warm tone. And it does, it creates a nice sort of ambience.
Especially being underground.
Yeah, it's been done really well.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Actually, some of the photos looked a little bit white light, not warm white.
Yeah.
And it feels a lot more welcoming and sort of inviting down here. And then you've got the glow behind the banquet seating. There's a block wall with the soft seating.
And like that's a texture that you can't recreate, you know? Like that's just the concrete wall.
Yeah.
You know, you can't fake that. So, you know, I think they've been very lucky with the sort of the shell that they had to work with.
Yeah.
You know, instead of working to cover it up with, you know, fancy new finishes and details, they've actually just embraced it. Yeah.
The chairs, the stainless steel.
They're very heavy. I think they're actually like
aluminium.
Okay. Yes. Please. Can we please have 2 love machines? Thank you. Thank you. Just checking out the powder rooms. And it looks like I have missed the ball drop that I've been waiting for all night. Always away. Oh well. But these powder rooms, these bathrooms are pretty cool anyway.
So let's take a quick look at the floor plan of Central Brisbane, because it's quite unique actually, isn't it, as a floor plan layout for an on-display kitchen?
Yeah, that's so true. Like the kitchen is actually takes centre stage in the venue, and I think David mentioned that it was inspired by Hong Kong like opera stages.
Yeah, and it's funny, the name Central makes me think, is it because the whole kitchen and bar is central to the actual internal space?
Well,
possibly.
I have some cheat notes on that. Mm-hmm. So the name was actually inspired by Hong Kong's Central District.
Ah, okay, that makes more sense.
You know, it's known for its eclectic dining scene, and you know the fact that it's a subterranean bar as well, because there's you know, so much limited sort of space for restaurants in Hong Kong as well. A lot of their restaurants are actually underground.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you imagine we've walked down the stairs, straight away, right at the centre of stage is the on-display kitchen with perimeter seating all the way around. So you're actually not sitting looking across the table from each other. We're sitting side by side, looking straight at the waitresses, the waiters, people making cocktails, the chefs. It's all happening.
It's like a performance that's in front of you, which I think is an amazing sort of backdrop to your dining experience.
And then to the right was also up a higher level was the private dining rooms, which was was it like a vaulted sort of room?
Yeah. So they had, you know, your traditional, you know, dining table settings, and remember they had those amazing like surgical inspired lights that were overhanging the table, almost like this microphone, isn't it? But then they've got that private dining room out the back. And they've got a beautiful like wine display, and as you sort of also they're really thinking about the patron's journey to that space as well, and that's where they had those projected photos. So David was saying that they actually went to the archives, the historical archives, and found all these historical black and white photos,
like jazz performances
of back in the day, you know, showing how the space was used, and they had those photos then projected on the stone wall as you walk into the private dining. So I thought that was really cool.
It was effective.
Yeah, and it's also like telling, like it's continuing the brand story and, you know, acknowledging that the space has a past and then weaving that into the experience of the space. Yeah.
And we should shout out the branding graphic artist's name. That's Isabel Hood. Yeah. She worked in collaboration with JAR Office, which was really great, and I loved it.
Yeah, you picked up on that detail straight away. I didn't notice actually with the coaster, where the coaster on the back of it had the grid pattern, and that was like reflecting the gridded ceiling above. Yeah, which is really cool.
We ordered like some nice meals too, didn't we? If anyone
Yes.
does go to Brisbane and
Yeah.
they want to order some nice
Well, what are our recommendations? Should
Yes.
we give?
Yeah.
So my favourite, I have to probably say, was I love the dim sum options, and there was a pork sumai one that that was probably my fave.
with the black truffle.
Yes.
And I really loved their Shandong crispy skin chicken with a side
Yeah.
of Asian vegetables.
That was good, wasn't it?
That was really yummy.
Yeah. We over-ordered, like our
It was
eyes were...
design research.
Yeah, our eyes were bigger than us.
We didn't eat all of it.
No. But we wanted to
was-
try so
yeah.
many because everything looked like so good on the menu. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I love the versatility of this venue. So earlier in the evening, it's great for cocktails. You know, you go there with, a large group of friends for dinner or, couples dinner. But around sort of 10:30, the mood of the venue changes and the disco ball descends from that gridded ceiling. And we were there sitting there pride of place waiting all night, checking our watches, like when's it gonna descend? We've got to get it on film. And anyway, I was in the bathrooms.
I was talking to somebody.
Yeah, Ari was too busy talking to someone else. And we both missed it.
Yeah. But it wasn't 10 o'clock on the dot. It was sort of,
Yeah. They probably read the room, don't they? Yeah. But the DJ came out with his decks and it's almost, wasn't, I wouldn't say it turns into a nightclub, but just more that moodier like lounge bar vibe.
It does get very dark. And actually one thing I noticed about the ceiling grid was all the lights were on and they were quite low and warm. But I did notice when the disco ball was starting to come out, there was like one square here on another square, So there was like a pattern.
Yeah, it was like individually controlled, was it?
Yeah, that's right. And then obviously, as you'll see soon, when the disco ball comes down, it completely transforms the space.
Yep.
So this is the end of our night. It's been really fun. Disco ball's going, music's pumping. Woo! There you go. Our first out and about date.
With design.
That's right. Design dates. And, let us know what you think. DM us if there's a bar in your city or in Brisbane if you're local that we should check out because we're definitely wanting to get more suggestions. And
Yep, always up for a recommendation.
That's right. Well, thanks, Jill. That was great. Love doing that.
Yeah.
And we'll tag the details as well in the comments and the architect and interior designers.
Yep, all their
the
details.
brainchild of Jared is doing some really exciting things.
Yeah.
So next we're going to talk about the spark. So every episode, Jill and I will take turns sharing our current design muse. And it was a little bit of a tough one. I have the first one to share today. And I was thinking of, who is really inspiring to me. I've decided to go quite broad and I wanted to kick it off with music. So it's not actually a person, it's more of the whole scene that I find as a designer and obviously with my background and my husband's a recording producer.
And we're in a recording studio right now, like we're literally, sitting with a drum kit over in that corner, a piano behind us.
There. Maybe get up and play something soon. No. So for me personally, my design muse is music. And, I just love so much about the music industry, writing music, listening to music, even video clips, they're so...
Yeah, music clips. Yep.
So inspiring, because it's just all facets of design kind of intertwined. So that was really, I guess, when it comes to creating something, obviously we're listening to music throughout the day. That could really sort of impact...
I was going to ask you that actually. Like, is there a particular style of music that you listen to, like when you want to get into that creative space or is it varied? Just go by mood?
Well, I mean, I love sort of, I guess, anything from shoegazy kind of folk like Wolf Alice. I love listening to them. Khruangbin, I think that's a favour of both of ours. I think songs that can just get you in that headspace, almost a little bit hypnotic sometimes or, can be in the background, but they're also not just that same like Brazilian lounge. Not that I have a problem with that.
Yeah.
But, and also I also love, just even rock, pop, that sort of stuff as well, just to sort of amp you up for the day.
Yeah.
So probably just listen to playlists. But yeah, what about you? Do you?
Yeah, I like to just listen like general background music, but I work in an open plan office, but it's kind of really cool. Like it's only a small studio, so most of us listen to all the same music. We just have music playing in the studio, and anyone can go up and just choose a playlist or whatever. Like I usually take a bit too much control of it sometimes, but sometimes when I'm designing different styles of restaurants, I might put on music from that sort of genre. So, for example, I'm working on sort of like a Mediterranean style restaurant at the moment, inspired by, Greek islands, Mykonos, Santorini. So I've been, putting on a bit of like Rufus in the office,
That's
like trying to
good.
get into that kind of like dance vibe. So it helps me sort of picture, what it's like there. So sometimes I do, tune in the style of music to whether it's like a specific look that I'm going for. I think that kind of helps feed my creative brain. But yeah, anything goes really. Yeah.
Great. So that's going to get us to the next segment, which we've decided to call speed dating.
Well, it's our first date, and, the best way to quickly get to know someone, and if you want to go on a second date, is, speed dating. Have you ever done speed dating before?
No, I haven't. Have you?
I actually have. I think how old was I? I was about 22.
Yeah.
Though. Yeah, I did.
So you're brutal. You
did it with a couple of girlfriends. We went along, 4 of us, and we did a speed dating event. And it wasn't really a successful night, but we had fun. Yeah. All right. So how this segment is going to work is I've got a list of questions here, and they're going to be quick fire questions, and you pretty much are given 2 choices, and you pick one or the other.
Mm-hmm. And if you're listening, you can answer as well, and then let's see if we're in sync.
See how compatible we are.
Yeah, okay.
But this is really to test to see, are we compatible as design friends? Or
and,
even
or there's a lot on the line here.
Are we opposites attract?
Well, that's right. And, I don't think there's any wrong or right answer.
No.
And that's the thing is everyone, it's like art. It's subjective,
Yeah.
So let's go for it.
All right. So you're going to answer, and then I will, for everyone else's listening ears, I will provide my answers straight after, and I'm going to do a little tally here to see how we go. Okay.
Feeling the pressure.
Okay. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So question number 1, marble or quartzite?
Quartzite.
I am marble.
Oh.
Brass or stainless steel?
It really depends we're using it, but I
Quick
think
fire,
brass.
go with your feeling. Okay, I'm going to go stainless steel.
We're opposites.
Ligny Rosette Togo sofa or Decide snake sofa?
The Togo.
Okay, I'm Togo too. All right. So kitchen storage, open shelving or everything hidden away?
Everything hidden away.
I'm everything hidden away too. Rooftop bar or moody basement lounge?
Rooftop bar.
I'm rooftop bar too. Okay. Vintage market find or shiny new showroom piece?
Vintage market find.
Vintage market find, yes. All right, here's one. Curved edges or sharp lines?
Curved edges.
I'm sharp lines. Tom Dixon melt pendant or Apparatus Studio cloud pendant?
I'm a melt pendant girl.
Ooh, I am the Apparatus Studio cloud pendant girl. Velvet or linen?
Linen.
I'm velvet. It's not
Wow,
not
this is
daring to-
weird.
Yeah, it's funny, you know, like you never know until you ask. Indoor jungle of plants or zero maintenance?
I'm a jungle person.
Yeah, I'm a jungle girl. Michelin star dining room or neighbourhood wine bar vibe?
I mean, it would. I go to neighbourhood bars, but I think the Michelin if it's like a special occasion. So
which
maybe go
one?
the Michelin.
Either or. Okay, Michelin, I'm wine bar vibe. Eames lounge chair or Arnie Jacobson egg chair?
Eames lounge chair.
Yeah, me too. Light oak or walnut?
Ooh, I've used quite a bit of walnut lately. I'm going to go walnut.
I'm a walnut girl. This is probably an easy one. Espresso martini or margarita?
Ooh, margarita.
Yeah, me too. Kelly Wearstler maximalism or John Pawson minimalism?
Kelly Wearstler.
Yeah,
I'm a fan.
I like a bit of maximalism. Okay. Colour drench or textured neutrals?
Colour drench.
Colour drench, me too. Open restaurant kitchen or hidden back of house?
Open restaurant
Yes.
kitchen.
Grunge rock bar or cocktail bar with mixology theatrics?
Grunge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that, otherwise we couldn't be friends.
No, I know. That would be the end of our friendship.
Okay, last question, number 20. Communal long tables or intimate booth?
Ooh, intimate booth.
Yep, intimate booth.
Yep.
All right, I'm just going to do a quick tally. Okay, I think we're about 75% compatible after all that.
Okay,
you know.
interesting. All right, so at least we're not
it's passable.
20%.
Yeah.
That'd be a nightmare.
We'd
right,
never
well-
make another episode again. It's like, this is over. I don't think we can see each other anymore.
Okay.
Oh, that was so much
That
fun.
was really fun, actually. So what's next? What do you want to chat about next?
Okay, so another segment that we're going to do weekly, we're calling it the Sweet Bite. And that's where we take turns at sharing, a new product design or material or finish that we're really loving at the moment, or it might be something like techie as well if we want to delve into that sort of thing. So I'm going to get my reference sheet.
Yeah, okay.
Here.
Right.
Okay.
And while you're doing that, in case you haven't caught on yet, we've had the entree, the main, and this is the dessert.
Yes. Okay. So I'm doing the Sweet Bite this week, and on the dessert menu is Franca Studio. So imagine lighting that looks like silk, but it's made from sugarcane. Yeah, so that's what Franca Studio is doing right now. So they are keeping it local. They're based in Brisbane and also Noosa on the Sunshine Coast. So in a nutshell, it was founded by designer Isabel Bailey, and they craft these beautiful pendants, wall sconces and sculptural vases using 3D printed biodegradable PLA plastic. So being a bit of a science nerd, going back to my school days, I'm going to give you a science lesson.
Okay, all right.
Okay. So PLA is actually called polylactic acid, and it's a type of plastic that's made from renewable resources like cornstarch and sugarcane. So it's a bit different to standard plastics, which are predominantly made from petrol. And they take years, hundreds of years to break down in the environment, whereas these PLA plastics, under the right conditions, they're actually biodegradable, which is awesome. But what I love most about their lights is that they've got these beautiful organic fluid forms, and the texture of them, they're kind of translucent, and they've got this like pearlescent sheen to it. So they can come in, a range of different colours from, frosty pinks to nice creams, purples and, your warmer tones. They're all made to order. So there's pretty much, zero waste. And even though they're made to order, what's really good about them, because, 3D printing is like really efficient, the lead time on them is still only about 3 weeks. So that's really great for us. You're getting a custom product, but you don't have to wait, 14, 16 week lead time to get it.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah. So some of their signature pieces that they do is the layered Delphine pendant light. But my favourite is probably the coral wall light. So, yeah, if you don't know about these guys, you should get on their website. We'll put their details in the info on the podcast as well, and you can go and check them out.
That sounds good. We're not sponsoring them, but
we're not a sponsored podcast yet.
No, but it's great. I mean, it's all about sharing, other designers and celebrating them. It's fantastic.
Exactly.
I'll definitely have to check them
so
out.
I can't wait to sort of specify them in a future job. So
sounds really good. How did you discover them?
I think I actually discovered them on Instagram. It might have even been just one of the sponsored posts, and it came up in my feed, clicked on it, and it was refreshing to find that they we're both based in the Sunshine Coast and Noosa. So that's how it was just a random thing, really. So I thought that was a great first sweet bite.
Oh, well, that's fantastic. Well, we've had so much fun, haven't we, on our
Yeah.
first episode. Thanks so
Yeah.
much for joining us.
Cheers on our first episode.
Yeah. So tag us on Instagram, send us a DM, tell us where we should go on our next design date. We're
Yep.
over at Instagram is @adatewithdesign_au.
Yeah.
So-
And subscribe to our podcast.
And to YouTube. Just
Yeah.
hit the like button. So we've got the teaser for the second date. Do you want to go for it, Jill? Tell them what we're up to.
Yeah, so second date is we're talking all things Australian hotel design. You know, what's next in the evolution of hotel design. We recently went down to Melbourne and had some tours of a couple of new hotels there. So we'll be, giving you all the goss on those.
Okay, until next date.